Okay, this is my Super Nintendo. I originally got one of these when I was a young lad. My dad bought me one as a present. That was the launch Mario pack in Europe, which came with like 2 controllers and Super Mario World. It was pretty amazing, you know, graphically and sounds. And even still, it's a machine that, you know, shines for a long, long time. This unit I got from Germany. You can see, looks very auf Deutsch on the bottom. Yeah, it's in pretty good condition. It doesn't suffer from a bad degree of yellowing, which a lot of Super Nintendos, the European and the American units, turn a horrible yellow. It's because of the flame retardant they put in the plastic. The camera seems to sort of show it a little bit in this section I have here, but it's really not so bad. I mean, when you look at it with proper eyes, it's quite great. Modifications done. I have region switch, frequency switch, so PAL or open, 50-60 Hertz. So it'll play pretty much anything that will fit in the slot. I haven't modified this slot to accept US cartridges because I really haven't had the need, because I have a Super EverDrive which takes care of my import requirements. Okay, now my games. This is my Super EverDrive. I made this box. There's the cart. So SD works just like all the other EverDrives. Okay, so Super EverDrive. I've got a good set here for the Super Nintendo. Okay, what shall we look at? So, Super Ghouls and Ghosts. You can see the EverDrive works fine. It'll work for basically every game except for the ones that had special accelerator chips in them. It does actually have a DSP-1, which means it can run Super Mario Kart and other games like that which used that particular chip. But Super Effects games and other such will not work on the Super EverDrive, unfortunately. But that's okay, because then you can just pick up those carts. Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island, PAL version. Again, this is complete like all my games. Take a quick look at this. Quite a nice introduction screen here. This game has the Super FX 2 chip, I think. Let's look at the boss level that I beat already. Whoop. Oh! Okay, and Super Mario RPG Legend of the 7 Stars. Now, this one is special in so fact is that I basically made a PAL 60 version of this, which doesn't really exist. I ordered a loose copy of Super Mario RPG, the Super Nintendo US version. I took the PCB out of it, excuse me, and put it inside a spare Super Nintendo Power Cart shell that I had. Printed a label and everything. And then there's a chip on this board called the SA1, or is it SA10, I forget. I had to cut one of the legs, which removes the region check from it. So now this fits in my PAL Super Nintendo, and it's basically a PAL 60 version of Super Mario RPG. So Super Mario RPG, when I made this game, I then played it through and beat it, as you can see here. Okay, I guess I can't skip the intro. What are you up to, Bowser? Okay, so it's like a Mario flavored RPG. You know, that's what it's called. You get into RPG style battles. Level up and that kind of business, and you get like special powers like jump, as you would expect from Mario. Do I have those powers? Oh, I do. Alright, let's check it out. This dude. Totally killed. Starfox Super Famicom version, because the PAL version will not play at 60 Hz, and that's a requirement that I have for my scaler. Starfox, which was, you know, obviously quite amazing in its day, I guess. It's still a lot of fun to play. It's a rail shooter, essentially, but yep, it's got a good sense of style. Let's get into this quick. So just the training mode. Blow some stuff up. Do a barrel roll. Rockman X2 Super Famicom. This is Mega Man X2. Complete. I wanted a Mega Man game in my collection because they're pretty classics for the SNES. Of course, the EverDrive can't play these X games because they have accelerator chips in them. Let's take a quick look. This game is like, I don't know, really hard. It's kind of, I think, meant for that mindset that when you would just have one game to tide you over for a while, that you would spend a lot of time on it, and I guess that's kind of a good thing. Get your money's worth out of it. But it's not, I think, a very pick up and play game because of the amount of memorization and everything it requires. You have to really take care and know where the enemies are coming from and how they're going to behave and so on. Oh. Oh, 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 God. There's a big foot. Let me guess, I'll be fighting those in a minute. Yep. Oh no. Yeah, I'm not very good at Mega Man XD. But I managed to kill the boss. Alright, result. I was expecting to fail this level miserably. And Super Castlevania 4, Akumajo Dracula, I think, in Japanese. I got the Japanese version because finding a good copy, a good condition mint copy of this game for the PAL region it's actually really expensive for some reason. I had it back when I had my SNES originally. But another benefit for the Japanese version is that it's not so butchered like the PAL version was. It's got more blood effects and so on in it. Because there was some censoring in the PAL version. And I think also the American version. That blood isn't there in the Western release. And of course this graphic here is different. This game has a pretty amazing music. It's really, really well done. And a very good introduction, but sadly I don't have the time to sit through it. Let's take a quick look at the first section. I played this game so much when I was young. It was the first game I got for the Super Nintendo, not including the pack-in Mario game. And yeah, I played it through many times. I mean, coming from somebody who had previously been using 8-bit machines to get a Super Nintendo and see these kind of graphics and the music that this thing was making was pretty mind-blowing. Wait for the bat to go by. Thank you. It has a particularly, in my opinion, memorable end credit sequence with a really beautiful piece of music, which I actually used during the section where I'm talking about the system. And another special piece, Starfox 2. This is a reproduction that I made with my friend. So there it is. The board was from Super Nintendo Doom. I got a loose copy of Doom for basically dirt cheap. Removed the ROM chip from it. Got somebody to burn me a Starfox 2 EEPROM. My friend helped me mount it on the board. And also I've installed an overclock mod on it. So standard or overclocked. Because it's quite easy actually to overclock the Super FX2 chip. Yeah, so Starfox 2 actually has a really interesting story behind it. This game was made and finished by Nintendo, but they never released it because it was, well, there are some theories, but the popular one I think is that it was, they felt might be taking away something from the Nintendo 64 launch, which was happening right at that time, and they also didn't want to put out a product that would look inferior compared to the Nintendo 64's games. But yeah, I've played this through and it's a hell of a lot of fun. It's a really nice game to have. You call it scum? He's just a bit sore because I blew his ass up the last time I played. Yeah, it's got a bit of a tactics vibe to it as well. It's really simplistic. It's not something you should worry about if you don't like tactics games. It's just like, where am I going to fly to have a fight? So I can be Fox or Falco, Peppy, Slippy, Mew, she's new, and Faye, she's new for this game. You see they have different kinds of aircraft. Alright, I'll just take Fox out here. So there's different kinds of play styles you get from the ships and so on. And they can transform in this game into walking mechs, because there are some ground levels in it. So yeah, this game is pretty damn impressive when you're considering it's running on the Super Nintendo with the help of the Super FX chip. Okay, so now I'm in mech mode. I'll walk inside this base. Alright, bust the shields up. Let's go in here and blow this thing up. And that's my Super Nintendo.